and welcome to Lens Relay. I am your host Anushree Chatterjee, and today I'm back with the review of the much awaited Christopher Nolan film Oppenheimer. So from what the name suggests, of course, this film is about the scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who's known as the father of the atomic bomb. And his character has been played by Cillian Murphy. And I would say he's a great casting choice because apart from his uncanny resemblance to the actual Robert Oppenheimer, he has portrayed the scientist psychology and the scientist side of it pretty well. He has shown his passion towards science and the possibilities that it has. And ultimately, he has also shown the regret that he feels when he finds that his invention can be the biggest instrument for annihilation in the world. A lot of you might think that this film is a biopic of Oppenheimer, but it is much more than that. Since we expect from Christopher Nolan that his attention to detail is going to be impeccable, well, he has not failed to meet our expectations. He has properly shown the entire Manhattan Project, which was the project which USA took during the World War II to win against the Axis forces. About 500,000 people were employed and about $2 billion why the measures of 1945 were spent, which was close to 1% of the entire World War II spending. And he has shown all of the logistics around the Manhattan Project pretty well, and it looks very authentic. Also, the primary scenes in the film are about the assimilation of the atomic bomb, of course, and the various stages that it went through. There is a lot of footage, diagrams, pictures, documentations from 1945 while this bomb was being built. And of course, that was a lot of research content for Christopher Nolan to refer to. And he has done a lot of justice in recreating those scenes as it is. He has kept the same testing site in the middle of a desert, the same tower, the same wiring, the same kind of bomb. The structure of the bomb is exactly the same as the one we see in pictures from the World War II archives. So, in terms of originality, I would give it a 10 on 10. The Trinity test is one of the climax scenes of this film. So, this test is the final test of the atomic bomb which takes place. And during the real Trinity test, everybody wore welding goggles, because apparently the explosion was supposed to be even brighter than the sun. And accidentally, a couple of people did not wear it and they suffered something called flash blindness, which was like a temporary blindness for a few hours because they looked at the explosion with naked eyes. There are good period-appropriate references, like the countdown timer is something called a Nixie tube, which was the pre-digital instrument for showing numbers. That instrument was used to actually count down up to the explosion. There were a lot of serious and ground-shattering scenes, which would made us think that, okay, we're lucky to be alive after this particular bomb testing. So it's like General Groves asking Oppenheimer if this bomb is going to destroy the world. And he gives him a very scientist answer saying that the possibility is close to zero. There are some minor issues with the plot of the film regarding how much weight and emphasis has been given to the female characters. So Oppenheimer's mistress is basically given no screen time at all, and we don't really get to know much about her. Then Kitty Oppenheimer is shown to be just holding a glass of martini for the first 2 hours of the film, and nothing significant is given to her for most part of the entire scene. And it's actually refreshing to see that towards the end she's given some sort of significance, presence and flair when it comes to some conflicting scenes. Also, it would be very justified of Christopher Nolan why he wanted to film this particular movie in IMAX, because the details and the explosion and the colors and all of that sound effect, all of that visual effect is so immersing that the audience can just drown into it. So I would say the IMAX experience is the most justified experience to go for. There's most effective use of sound and background score. The film does not show any of the details regarding World War II or the atrocities happening all around, but from the background score and the music, it sets the tone pretty well, and you can feel that, okay, something like a war is happening on screen. Undoubtedly, this is one of the highs of Christopher Nolan, and on an average, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Unlike other Christopher Nolan films where you need to watch it a few times to understand what exactly is happening, like the Tenet or the Inception, this is not that mind-boggling, but yes, the plot has a lot of layers, and it will definitely give you different perspectives every time you watch it. So I won't say that it's a one-time watch. You can watch it as many times as you want, and you might find different sort of pleasures out of it whenever you watch it. If you like this review, please hit the like button and please subscribe the channel, because I will be back with a lot more interesting content in the future, and I will definitely see you very soon. Thank you.